I'm talking about transparency on these episodes, and this is episode number 3. Today, I want to talk about people and what they think of reselling, and I mean family, relatives, friends, people who don't know you. Do they think that it's a real job? I think not for most of them. So, my name is Marion, and I am a reseller on Poshmark, a little bit on eBay, a little bit on Facebook. I send into the Real, and I also now have been selling on Whatnot through my Whatnot closet, not just on auctions. So, I want to talk to you a little bit today about the things that you may not know at the beginning of starting reselling or even throughout your reselling career that I really didn't know in the beginning, or that it would have been nice if someone told me. But you have to learn some of these things yourself, but I'd rather be the one to share with you so you can know ahead of time and maybe be prepared for these things. So this one is about other people outside your reselling business and what they think of your reselling business. Now, I'm sure there are many that think it's legit, that it's a good business to be in, that how great, but there are some things that, is it the word fallacies? Alexa, what does the word fallacies mean?
Fallacies is a form of the noun fallacy, which is usually defined as a deceptive, misleading.
Okay, yes, so they think it's a fallacy that you're actually working. Tell me if I used that wrong. Comment below about the things that people have said to you if you're a reseller and how you felt about it, really. So here's the different things that I hear. I hear, oh, so what do you do all day? I work. But what do you do? Like, what do you actually have to do? And then I go into what I actually have to do. And I break that thought process that they have, or at least I try, because I'm working all day, every day, unless I decide to take a break. And I'm sure if you're a reseller, you are too. So I guess I should talk about that in this transparency video. Some people leave their jobs or decide to work at home because they have a chronic illness, as I do, and I didn't think it was going to be easier because I've had my own businesses, but you think it's going to be easier. So the easy part about it is that you don't have a boss to answer to, but you have all these customers to answer to. So you have to be on your top game because now it's your business. So you want to show people that you're great. So you want to make sure that all your items are clean. You want to make sure that they're steamed. Some people like ironing, not me. Steamed. If they're too wrinkled, you want to make sure that they're washed, that they smell good. You want to make sure of all these things. You want to make sure that you pack them correctly so that they don't break on their way there. You want to make sure that you're taking great pictures so that they see what it looks like in the right lighting, the right time of day with the right lights. You want to make sure if someone sends you an offer at 9 at night, or for those of you who stay up later, I go to bed at 9:30. Doctor's orders, but I love going to bed at 9:30. You want to make sure that you're responding to offers right away. So for me, and I'll talk about this on another video, but I found out that yesterday we were in a store and I was waiting for my husband, and I'm doing retail arbitrage, figuring out, hey, if I bought this here, how much could I make for it? And I normally don't even do that. But it made me realize that even when I'm out shopping, I'm doing it. So I just thought I'd share those things with you. But so what do I say when somebody says to me, a family member said to me a couple of months ago, oh, we have all these magazines at home that we read. Do you want them so that when you're laying on the couch watching TV all day, you can have something else to do? They literally said that to me. I said, no, thank you. I don't have time to read magazines all day. I'll take them, but that's not what I'm doing all day. And then that's all I said, because this person happens to be a little bit of a narcissist. So there's no winning with them. But there are people who'll say to me, what are you going home to do? Like, what do you do all day? Why can't you stay out? And I say, I work. And they say, but what do you do? So sometimes you just have to literally get into the process. I say, I go out and I thrift, which is the fun part for me, but it is work because I can't just thrift for anything. I have to look for certain things, right? So I say I go out and thrift. I educate myself, like in episode 2 that I was talking about. I educate myself and keep learning and learning to know the new things that are going to make me a better, more profitable reseller. Even if it was hobby, I would do that. And then I bring them home. I wash anything that's not new. If things are new, I have to steam them because I also want to get germs out of them if there are any, because they say that the heat does it. And I want them to be de-wrinkled, because if I wash things, I throw them in the dryer and they're de-wrinkled, right? So then I have to check them again, make sure there are no holes, no stains, no anything after that. Then, well, very rarely do I have to spray an item. Sometimes if I buy these beautiful long beaded gowns, they might smell like smoke because wherever they were, it's smoky. So I steam first to get germs out, and then I spray a great spray that takes out odors, but sometimes you have to do it over and over if it's a beaded dress. So people don't think of how much time you're taking because they're like, oh, you throw something up online and that's it. So then I take my pictures. I then take out the backgrounds of the pictures. And taking a picture, you take it at every angle that you can to make it good, because on Poshmark you have a certain amount. I think it's 16 or 20 pictures now. And then you can put a video on. And then I take the pictures. Then I have to put them in my drafts or put them straight online, but I have to look up comps for them. And then I put them online or put them in drafts. And then you have to put the clothes away. So you have your inventory system, like we spoke about in the first episode. We have our inventory system, and we need to put these clothes away, because if we don't do it right away, it doesn't even matter if you do it right away. But if you don't put them away, you may not be able to find them. Now, I'm not saying I put things away the day I come home with them. I'm not saying I wash them immediately after. But when I know I'm going to list them, that's when I do all that. But that's a lot of work that people don't think about. Now, I know there are resellers who don't wash anything or anything like that. And that's fine, however you choose to run your business. If they smell clean, you don't have to. I'm just a little nutty, because I know I'd like to get my things clean even though I'm washing them again. Like if I buy something from a thrift shop, I'm still washing it before I wear it. So, but I still want it to have the best representation that I can have for me, because it is my business. So I am my boss, and I'm a friggin' good boss. My husband said something. What did we talk about yesterday? I said something about something, and he goes, well, maybe your boss should give you a few breaks. And I said, my boss is really good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. So it's a misconception if you think, or if people think you don't have a boss or a time frame, or even a set times. Like I have set times to do certain things each day. And that sways and ebbs and flows and goes back and forth to whether that works or not, considering on how I feel, etc. And life events, right? But you are working, and you're working a lot of hours, and that's all up to you. It depends on how fast you go, how much you want to make, whether you want this to be your full-time, your part-time, or a hobby. Those all make a difference, but you're still working your butt off. So people will have many different things to say. The best thing I can say is don't get offended. Explain. If you feel like you have to, maybe you don't. I let them know, what do you mean? It's work. Like sometimes that's even what I'll say. Someone said to me the other day, I went to celebrate a friend's birthday for about an hour, and then I said, all right, I got to go. And they're like, well, where do you have to go? I said, I have to go back to work. And they're like, what do you do all day? And I said, do you really want the list? Because I can give it to you. And they're like, yeah. And I spend, a few minutes going over the list with them. And they're like, oh, I didn't know it was that complicated. And I said, it's a job. It's just like working in a retail store. Like I had my retail store. I had to do the same thing. I had to do less, actually, because I didn't have to take pictures of everything and everything else. So, but though nowadays I would have to, because I put it on my website, and I ended up doing that. But I didn't have to if I didn't want to. So I think the one thing to keep in mind as a reseller is that this is your job. You can love it, but it's a job, and it doesn't matter what people think. They're not the ones giving you the money. So just, I'm going to say tolerate it, because they don't know. They don't know how much work it is. If you're a new reseller, you don't know how much work it is yet. I'm not complaining about it because I love it. It doesn't bother me. The amount of work does not bother me. You know why? Because I'm doing it for myself. I don't have anyone else looking over me except my higher self, me. And I think I'm good at that. So it's a good thing. So that is my transparency today. Think about what you're going to say, if anything, when other people try and treat it like it's not a job or like you're not doing anything. You're laying on the couch all day. If it doesn't bother you, though, let me know in the comments. Let me know, have you experienced anything like this? Maybe you'd like to tell your story. Have you experienced anything like this? Perhaps a family member, a spouse. Thank God my spouse is so supportive. I love him so much normally, but I love that he's so supportive and puts up with the mess and everything else. And he don't watch these videos, so I'm saying it so that it's good to have supportive people. And like my best friend knows how much I work every day. She knows who I am and how I am. Other than that, I do nothing as far as people are concerned. So it is great, though, because you can do anything when you want to. And if I want to, following my schedule, because some people don't think like this, I can do a wash in between. I can do all that stuff that if I'm home from a job, I won't do that because I am on their salary. But I'm on my salary. I don't even have a salary really yet. But I'm making money, and that's all that matters. So that's it. I can pay my bills. No one else should care. If you like content like this, what are you going to do? Look, I just forgot what I was going to say. You like that? This is reality. If you like content like this, subscribe and ring that bell, but give this video a like if you enjoyed this one, and make sure you go back to episode 2 and 1 and 2 if you haven't seen those yet. 2 has to do with knowledge and learning, and I believe 1 had to do with, messiness and storage and inventory. And stay tuned for number 4 coming up tomorrow. Or if you're watching it one after the other, it's coming up next. So have a great day. I appreciate you so much. See you soon. See you on the next video.